Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It's Monday, July 13th, 2026. We're going to, another quick video. We're going to look at this new structure that I believe is forming on the 65-minute. We'll go real quick on the daily for SPX and the VIX, and then we'll finish off with that VIX 65 as well. So with the NASDAQ semis being so weak, I'm pretty sure the top is in those. And if that's the truth, then I'll show you exactly what we're looking for in the 65. So we're doing this intraday about 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get these videos intraday, consider becoming a YouTube supporter. We also have additional videos where I was going through much more detail of NDX and SPX in on those videos. So that's $10 a month. Okay, so we have, well, first of all, the VIX is at 11% right now. It's giving us a signal that it's highly likely that we'll get in the next 2 days a green day. So just keep that in mind while we're doing our analysis. We have SPX on there's our keep it simple. There's our chart here. Now the possibility, I know this is not going to give you the answers that you want, but I'm still looking for, nope. So I'm still looking for a move lower to test at least these highs here, and that could bring us to the wedge bottom. Now, what happens after that? There's other scenarios, of course. And what happens after that is if that's just an ABC move, then we'll look for either a bounce and fail or a new high there. And we'll have to look at our indicators and different things to look at, because our timing tells us that, and you get this on the upper membership, our timing says that we'll get a lower high and then we fail from here. But you always have to keep in mind that there's other scenarios that could happen, especially if this is just an ABC. Okay, so let's look at, well, let me take a look at the public view here, see if I missed anything. So basically at this point, here's the bullish look. This 382 should hold. You have a flag. It looks like you're breaking out here. I don't think that's the case. This is kind of messing up this scenario. So with this new information, again, I think that I don't think this is the case. You could shift it around and shuffle and do whatever you want to it. We're going to leave it right here for now. And again, on the 65, I'll show you what the other scenario looks like. Now, if this is just an ABC, and we go directly down here to the 382 and we hold this area, then there's a really good chance that we can get new all-time highs. This area breaks down, whether we get a bounce first and then break down, then we're talking about some damage done. So while the market's falling here, let's take a look at SPY on the 65. And we're anticipating this fall here, and we're actually going to go long in the near term, and I'll show you why. So here's where we left off. This is what everybody's been looking at, is a triangle. I think this is an impulse wave, and what I think now, with the divergences that formed on Friday, and this is the low here, ignore that wick, that's not a real wick, phantom wick. Here is our wedge. You can even see that you got a higher low on that wedge as well. So the Elliott wave count, well, here's what we're looking for. I didn't know if we'd go, a little bit higher. But here's what we're looking for in the near term. There's two gaps above that haven't been completely closed. Okay. We have a VIX cycle low, which tells us we're looking for a peak somewhere at the end of this week or ideally next Tuesday. But it depends on how long it takes us to get to these higher levels. So we can start drawing ourselves a wedge. Why is this important? Because we have a 3-wave structure here. So in my opinion, this is an A. We get the B wave down here at the 786 and then 887. And we're trying to complete a 5-wave move up here. Now, I know this looks, it's a wedge. You're seeing the price action lose momentum. It's getting tight. And here's our 1. We got a wave 2 that made a new low off this low. Okay, so this is one structure in itself. 2, 3, it's an A, B, C for 3. These are all zigzags. And we're getting wave 4 now. So here's our retracements of this zigzag here. And we're at the 382, which is fine. It can hold this level right here, right now. But you do have the wedge bottom. And you have the 50% retracement and the 60 right here. So I wouldn't be surprised if today we went to go test those levels just to scare people and think that this was the end of the move. I'm going to take this down arrow out because that's what we're doing right now. And what I'm looking for now is the completion of this wedge. And wherever you draw it, go from peak to peak there. So what I'm going to look for in this near term is a test to the top of the wedge, maybe close this gap or 2. And that's when we get our failure out of here. So this is our A. We get a flat pattern for B. And we'll look for that C wave down to 100%, at minimum 100%. And if we want to get to that, let's go back to SPX. Let's see if we can find that. So if we had a large move from the A to the B, let's just assume it goes up here. I'll have to adjust it. And then we get our 100%, which would take us just to the lows here. Not really what I'm looking for, but this 162 and anything in between would be our next area. And that that might be our simple way of saying that we're testing this wedge here. You don't always go down specifically to that support. So, we might have to move it up to the body here so that we'll look for this zone to come down to. So I'm looking for an ABC and then this primary outlook. And we have lots of different things that we show for members on why we're looking at this. With all these aside, keep it clean. Then I'll look for a bounce. Then I'll look for a failure. And I think this move is going to be much more crashy type of a move, with momentum gaining to the downside. So this could easily test the lows here. Big zone could test the previous highs up there. And then we'll look for some more measurements in that time frame. And so ending off with the VIX in the near term, let's show what we've been looking at. We're looking at this wedge. There's a fake break there. We can look at an inner wedge at some point too. I don't know if we'll actually close that gap. We might get a higher low in this VIX cycle low, but we'll be ready for just a little bit of a swipe underneath there anyway. So we got our move up. We're at resistance now, or it could test the wedge. And then we'll look for another attempt to at least close the gap down here. And from there, I think we'll see a nice big move out of the VIX at that point, and not in a straight line like that. But that's what I got for you guys, okay? So getting a little bit granular in here. We're looking on the lower time frames. And yeah, we can maybe look at a couple of these items here, see how it's holding. It's holding the 382 right now. So that's where I think it's going to hold. Any of this zone. And we'll look for our last move to the upper edge. And here's our moving averages. It's holding on to the 20, so the trend is still up. Here's our indicators. We're getting that cycle lower for the slow stochastic. That's exactly what we're looking for. We had negative divergence up here. All right, we're starting to cross over. We're still in bull territory, but we're starting to cross over on the MACD. And in this very near term for the RSI, we don't have a divergence, but I think this next move up should give us that. Okay. And, I should put a placeholder. So we'll be looking for it. We don't have it yet. We'll be looking for a divergence here. Bollinger Band. We'll look to test the top of the band. If that happens to curl down a little bit more, we'll keep an eye on that. Right now we're at the midpoint, so that's, again, that 20. And money flow, make it to the top. We could either get to the extreme area up top here, or we could make a lower high. We'll be looking for those scenarios. DMARC. 3 count, no setup here. But we did get the, oh, no, we didn't. Okay, yeah, no setup, too choppy. And we do have an A, B, C. I just don't know if that C is complete yet here right now. I just did that. Sorry. L8 oscillator. What we'll look for this new high. So we had an A into C for that wave. Okay, on the lower time frame, if we go into there, we had the same thing. And then we'll have a wave 3 into wave 5. So we'll look for another point of divergence here telling us we have 3 into 5 for this next move higher. So let's look for that, and we'll check back to you each and every day until we hit some of these targets, and then we'll look to see if we can find a reversal sometime soon here. All right, thanks for joining us here at OptionsTender. Don't forget to like and subscribe.